Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that will leave you shocked, emotional, and thinking deeply about the choices people make when blinded by jealousy and desire. It's a story from deep within the heart of Africa, where friendship, betrayal, and fate collide in ways no one could have imagined. This is the story of how one woman pushed her best friend into a deep well, all because of a man. In a small African village surrounded by tall trees and endless fields, there lived two young women named Nia and Zuri. They had grown up together since childhood, sharing laughter, secrets, and dreams under the glowing African moon. Everyone in the village admired their bond. They were inseparable, like two sisters who shared one heart. Nia was the quieter one, known for her gentle smile and kind heart. Zuri, on the other hand, was lively and bold, with beauty that caught everyone's attention wherever she went. The two friends spent their days working in the fields, fetching water from the river, and helping elders in the village. They often dreamed about their future, about marriage, love, and the kind of life they hoped to build. They promised each other that no matter what happened, their friendship would last forever. But fate, as it often does, had different plans for them. One day a stranger arrived in the village. His name was Kato. He was tall, handsome, and had the kind of confidence that made every woman turn her head. He was a traveler from a distant village who had come to trade goods and look for land to settle on. From the moment Kato set foot in the village, people whispered about him. He had charm, wealth, and mystery, all the things that made him stand out. Both Nia and Zuri noticed him. At first they joked about it, laughing and teasing each other about who he might like. But deep inside, something began to change. Zuri, who had always been admired for her beauty, assumed that Kato would choose her. Nia, though humble, couldn't deny the strange flutter she felt whenever Kato smiled at her. A few days later, Kato began visiting the village well where Nia and Zuri fetched water every morning. He always seemed to find a reason to talk to them, but slowly his eyes started to linger more on Nia. He admired her calmness, her kindness, and her humility, qualities that went deeper than beauty. Zuri noticed this, and though she tried to hide it, jealousy began to burn inside her heart like a slow fire. One evening, after a village celebration, Kato asked Nia to walk with him. Under the moonlight, he confessed his feelings for her. Nia, blushing and surprised, hesitated at first, but soon admitted that she felt the same. What they didn't realize was that Zuri had seen them together. Hidden behind the trees, she watched as her best friend held hands with the man she secretly desired. Her heart filled with rage and betrayal. From that night on, Zuri changed. She smiled less, spoke sharply, and began avoiding Nia. Nia noticed her friend's distance and tried to reach out, but Zuri brushed her off. She told herself she was fine, but inside she was plotting something terrible. The thought of losing Kato to Nia drove her to a dark place she didn't even recognize within herself. Weeks passed, and the whole village started talking about how Nia and Kato would soon be married. Elders blessed their union, and the women sang songs of joy. But Zuri's jealousy had grown into hatred. One morning, she asked Nia to join her to fetch water, pretending everything was back to normal. Nia, relieved to have her friend back, agreed with a smile. They walked together, laughing like old times, the sun rising above the hills. The path to the well was quiet except for the sound of birds singing. When they arrived, Zuri looked around. No one was in sight. She turned to Nia, her voice soft and trembling. She said she wanted to make peace, that she missed their friendship. Nia smiled warmly and stepped closer to embrace her. But in that moment, Zuri's jealousy took control. As Nia leaned forward, Zuri pushed her hard. Nia screamed as she fell into the deep, dark well. The echo of her voice faded into silence. Zuri froze, breathing heavily, her heart pounding in her chest. She stared into the darkness, realizing what she had done. Fear replaced her anger. She looked around again. No one had seen it happen. She ran back to the village, shaking and pale. When people asked her where Nia was, she lied. She said Nia had gone to visit another village. Days passed, and when Nia didn't return, people grew worried. A search began, but the well was deep, hidden by vines and stones. No one thought to look there. Zuri pretended to help, crying fake tears and whispering prayers. But at night she couldn't sleep. She kept hearing Nia's voice calling her name. She dreamed of water, of hands reaching out from the darkness. The guilt was eating her alive. Kato, heartbroken, refused to believe Nia had just left. He searched endlessly, calling her name across the fields. One day, an old woman from the village, known for her wisdom and connection to the spirit world, approached Zuri. She looked at her closely and said, "Your spirit is troubled, child. The earth knows the truth even when we try to hide it." Zuri's hands shook, but she denied everything. The old woman nodded slowly and warned her, "The well remembers." That night heavy rain fell. Thunder rolled across the sky and lightning flashed over the village. Zuri woke up to a sound, a faint crying. She followed the voice outside, drawn as if by an invisible force. Her feet led her toward the well. The vines around it had been torn by the wind. The sound grew louder, echoing her name, "Zuri, Zuri." Terrified, she stepped closer, peering into the darkness. Suddenly, a cold wind rose from the well, and she saw something. Nia's reflection in the water, her eyes wide and sorrowful. Zuri screamed and stumbled back, but her foot slipped on the wet ground. In that moment, she fell into the same well she had once pushed her friend into. The next morning, the villagers found the well disturbed. When they looked inside, they found both bodies, Zuri and Nia, lifeless, their hands almost touching. The whole village mourned. Some said it was fate. Others said it was justice. The old woman simply said, "The well took back what it was given." After that day, no one fetched water from that well again. They said at night, when the moon was bright, you could hear two voices singing softly from the depth, songs of friendship and sorrow. It became a place of warning, a reminder of how jealousy can destroy even the purest bond. Kato eventually left the village. He was never the same again. He carried their memory wherever he went, forever haunted by what jealousy had stolen from him. Years later, people still told the story of Nia and Zuri. Mothers told their daughters to guard their hearts against envy, to never let love turn them into something dark. And though generations passed, the well still stood, silent and deep, a reminder that every action, no matter how hidden, always returns. In the end, this story teaches a truth as old as time itself. Jealousy blinds the heart, and betrayal always finds its way back to the betrayer. Nia's kindness and trust met a tragic end, but her spirit lived on as a warning for others. When we let love become a battlefield, we lose sight of what truly matters: loyalty, compassion, and peace. Zuri's choice destroyed everything she once loved, proving that in the war between envy and friendship, no one ever truly wins. So, the next time jealousy whispers in your ear, remember this story. Remember that one moment of anger or envy can change your entire life. Nia and Zuri's tale will forever echo through time, a reminder that love without trust is hollow, and friendship without loyalty is doomed to fall. Thank you for watching this story. If you found it moving, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful African tales filled with wisdom, emotion, and truth. Because every story, no matter how tragic, carries a lesson worth remembering.